up, everybody? I am just hanging out in the kitchen and I'm making some beats, and I'm going to sort of walk you through my process and show you what I do when I'm working on a beat. As always, let me know what you think about whether what I'm sampling or what's going on or things you want me to work on. But here we go. This one specifically, I have tons of notes in my phone that are always like, sample this, sample this, sample this. Sample the scene 10 from this musical. Hello again. Listen, it's very good. Gonna jump into it. I'm gonna make this mono so that way everything's coming out the middle, because this cello is crazy panned, like crazy panned to the left. If you guys are like me, you can already hear it. Boom. Know what I'm saying, Frank? You know what I'm saying? He's just so sleepy right now, which is good for productivity. I'm not gonna get that far. It could be cool to use that cymbal riff backwards. Alright, cool. Now that we got everything chopped up, let's start working with our sample. I like to just manipulate the actual audio, and I just think I have more control that way. So for me, I'll just jump in here and just get all my samples close to where I want them. And I actually do want to keep that same rhythm. I was a drummer all my life, or have been a drummer all my life. So I'm always thinking about rhythm. I can hear coming together. The exciting world of chopping up samples. What was this? This was something kind of funky. Ooh. Here's what I want to do. 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to take that horn, that really nice muted horn. We're going to reverse this baby. Back. Let's hear that. Like, all of a sudden there, I don't want that. Add a fade on this, right? As my friend Ryan would say, a logarithmic fade, you know? But gotta get those logarithmic fades. That's super dope in hip-hop. I don't know how serious I can take that. Friendly fades. So, if you're like me, I just select all of it and I'll zoom way to F in and make it a super short fade. You always want to make sure, especially with samples like this, so see if I drag this out, you'll see that there's the next hit, right? And if I had my fade, let's say like right there, you would hear that. Or if it was a big fade, we would hear that double hit. So here, I'll play it again. So you always want to make sure that what I will do is once I get them lined up, I'll really drag back to a point where I can see, and you can zoom in on your waveforms like this, so I can see where our waveform starts to look similar, right? It's not there, obviously, but we want to make sure it's something smooth so you can't hear that super rough transition. Dope. Definitely save. Command S, Command S, Command S, Command S. Let's get some drums on this guy. I do all my sampling in Ultra Beat. I don't use any of the actual drum machine functions, but I like it as a sampler. I think it's great. You can do your pitch stuff, you can do your EQ stuff, you can just manipulate the sample in some cool ways. Man, no messing with that click. That's cool. I don't love that whole trail on it, so I'm gonna use this plugin called Transient. You can boost your attack and get rid of that sustain. I'm pretty sure this is a free plugin, but don't quote me on it because I often say plugins are free because I've got like a free trial of them, or a lot of companies when they first put out a plugin, it'll be free for like a week or a month. So you got to go subscribe to that newsletter so you can always get updated on plugins. I was just talking to somebody about delay and how I like to use delay on snares in a way that it doesn't become super intrusive. It's not where it's crazy delay. I like having just a touch of it, just to weten your snare up a little bit. almost in a way a reverb would give you that wetness. Doesn't mean you can't also use some reverb too. Let's grab a kick. I like this because then I can, something nice and dry like this, I can fit a nice 808 under it too. I usually do most of my EQing, at least when I'm first doing, especially dramatic things, when I make sure I click the pre button rather than post. That way I allow myself to see the natural wave of the kick before I'm distorting it with my EQ. Alright, so I've got my kick EQ'd. Let's follow, I like to follow the sample with some synth or something, so let's do that. Even like a pad that we can put a big tremolo on. Pretty dope. I love this progression the first time I heard it. I played drums for this in college. Now we can go in and do the thing I think is the most important part about producing, especially in Logic. They have so many great instruments there for you. Let's open this one up here. So that's this. So you guys can see where you click that and find it. And then you can go in and start manipulating what that preset is. So this is just a dark pad preset, right? You can see here's our cutoff. So we can, that's one of the main things that's going to determine how this instrument sounds. And the other big thing to be take note of is things like this. Your attack, right? How fast is our attack? Super long to the point where I'm not even going to hear it, or super short, super quick. For this instrument, I probably want it to sustain almost the whole time. Not a huge release because I want the chords to be their own. Bring it up a little bit so we don't have too bad. Yeah. So the other thing I'm going to do is go into the EQ of this and see all this low that's just going to be competing with my 808, with my kick and everything else. I'm just going to eliminate all that. I'm going to throw some Decapitator on here. It's a plugin from Sound Toys, my favorite company basically. Word. Now I'm going to throw that tremolo on there we were talking about. Dope. Let's get some hats, and then we'll add that 808, and then we're on our way, baby. I also think I'm going to go back in and adjust this pad more. Still, I'm not in love with it. Cool. I want to fill up that snare with a clap for sure. Cool. Always double syncopating. Just something I always do. I want to anticipate cool syncopations, and then I do it with the kick and I do it with the snare, which everybody knows just can't happen. So quiet we can't hear it. I'm gonna throw a tremolo on this too. Same type of effect though. Man, it almost sounds like a cool arpeggiated synth. Dope. Alright, I'm still not in love with this pad. What if we threw these, we shift it way up. We're going way up. Pretty dope. Cool, so what I did there was I took this sample, I put a sound shifter from Waves on there to send it up an octave, and then I also put the stereo delay. So it is a mono track because I wanted to keep all the cello in the middle, but then this turns it into stereo. I'm gonna keep our sample dry, but I'm gonna put a bunch of reverb on that pitched up sample. This Sound Toys little plate, which is very dope. Reverb on that. Ain't mad at it. I like this, but I want it to cut off. So the cool thing in Ultra Beat, you can control here is the envelope of it. So if I make this a lot shorter, so now it's 55 milliseconds. So if I hold it down, it'll keep going. But now when I take my finger off, I can do that, so I can get. Oh, let's get a crash in here. We need some bass in it. I'm saying. I really enjoy the trap bass from Logic. Just a great place to start, and then from there I always do a bunch of different specific things. I usually like to add a little bit of a glide to it, so if I'm going around, it's... From there, I'm probably going to start thinking about form, thinking about what I want to keep for the verses, what I want to keep for the hook. Really, the only last piece I would add is transitions. Cool little... Anything else in reversing it that has that nice... So we get that. But that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe so you never miss a beat.